I'm on unpaid maternity leave. My husband still expect me to pay half the rent. Is this fair?
Oh,
This is already anger inducing first sentence. My husband earns 4 times more than me. I earn 68,000 and he earns 280,000.
God damn.
I wish I was making that fucking money. Golly. Our rent is 2,600 a month. And it doesn't say if it's dollars or not. So I'm not sure with that.
Okay. I mean, that's
Um,
pretty average around here, which is
yeah,
sad.
it's
Uh,
expensive.
but also, okay. So right off the bat, sorry to interrupt, but like
No, you're
he's
fine.
expecting to pay half already when he makes 4 times his amount.
Exact, dude.
That's insane. You should be paying a fifth, a quarter. I don't know what the translation would be, but
I mean,
less.
if I was making $280,000, I'd tell my partner, "Hey, don't worry about it. Like, pay
Or
for
yeah.
other stuff,
That.
pay for the other shit, like maybe like our travel, like food or whatever. But mortgage, I got it. Like
For
two
sure.
hundred eighty, I can do so much with $280,000. Oh my
goddamn.
god.
Crazy.
Whew. Anyways, I can finally say this now that Sean's not here. Eat the fucking rich, people. Oh my god. I want to be on that boat though. We've been splitting rent 50-50, which is insane, since we moved in together before we got married. The arrangement did not change after we got married, and now that we have a baby, with me having zero income, so I'm relying on my personal savings. I say personal because we don't have a joint account. We are currently looking for a house, and I'm also expected to contribute for the deposit,
Oh.
which they put 75% of my total savings. Is this fair? What is the best way to approach this? And they wanted to highlight a few things. A few things to highlight. Utility bills used to be split 50-50, but since I stopped working, he pays for them. Good.
The start.
That's a start. Since there is no joint account and he doesn't give me any allowance for baby stuff, I ended up buying most of them. Baby is only 4 months old and breastfed exclusively.
What the fuck?
He pays for most of the grocery bills and dine out. If I go by myself, I have to pay, so I try not to. He funds our overseas travel once a year to visit his family. We don't have any loan or debt.
Okay.
That's kind of like what their thing is.
Well, for me, there's a red flag where he didn't pay for any of the baby stuff. That's pretty
Yes.
fucking ridiculous. Like, especially if
is.
he's making the most. Yeah, I mean, I'd have a honest sit down with your partner, and because it sounds like she's not making any money on maternity leave.
No.
That's crazy. I thought you had
If I were to guess in the US. because
America. Okay, I don't actually know the
sucks.
laws in America on maternity leave, but in Canada you do get paid, so that sucks. Honestly, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a dystopian place, so
It is a
kinda sucks
dystopian
here.
future. You're right.
Yeah, America is so backwards at times. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So first off, I mean, there's so many things wrong with it. Like, you should be paying proportional to what you're making. So if you're making
Mhm.
nothing, then you should be paying nothing towards the house. And that's not because, you're lazy or whatever. It's because you're on maternity leave taking care of your fucking
Yes.
child.
Yes.
So he should be paying for the most of the expenses, if not all of the expenses, as well as making sure the baby is comfortable with, clothes, diapers, toys, whatever they need. And so to me, that's insane. So you should have that conversation where it's like, okay, I want access to like your account in case we need stuff for the house or the baby or whatever. Like this, because I can see a place where this turns into last Friday's story where it's
Mhm.
like, this is financial manipulation and he gives you a quote unquote allowance, even though you're doing the most around the house and with the baby.
Yeah, and I think some of the priorities too need to shift, right? And based on some of the context that they gave, they said that he funds our overseas travel once a year to visit his family. The priorities got to change at times.
Yes.
Like you do have a family, and that's your wife and your kid, right? So some of those fundings need to be reallocated because it seems like she's paying for stuff for the kid, but which is also his kid too, which is
Yes.
ridiculous. Maybe your family has to come up with a different way to like meet up, or like you fly them in to visit you or something, some sort of different aspect of that. And the grocery, like, granted, he does pay for some other shit like the grocery bills or dining out. I mean, cool, you do that. That I feel like that's a bare minimum, but it's also insane because 4 times of what you're making, that is like you should be able to contribute, right? Like you
Yeah.
should contribute more, like what you were saying, Josh. And this is what kind of cracks me up because we always have a talking point where like most of the time on Reddit, the actual Reddit itself or the actual subreddit itself is usually have some wild takes, and then our subreddit usually has like a more reasonable,
Pretty
insane
cool
takes, right?
collected takes.
Cool,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I think you're gonna get a laugh out of this one. So
Okay.
from the actual subreddit of the original post from r/marriage, dear lower score parsnip lower score 6802 said, "This is financial abuse. Start charging him for childcare and cleaning services. Even when you return to the workforce, you should not be paying half," which is kind of where we're kind of going.
I mean, I mean, I don't know if I'd have a conversation with him first to be like,
Yeah.
like pay for these expenses because I'm not making any money, and then like have a conversation going forward about how you want to structure payment when you go
Mhm.
back into the workforce, and have it proportional to what you make. You know what I mean? Your partnership, it should be
A
fine
partnership.
to pay a proportional amount. You know what I mean?
Yes. Agreed. And then on our subreddit, people commented, this is from Tyrion Reynolds. They put, obviously the baby needs to step up and pay its share of the rent.
That's the most rational take I've ever heard.
And then under that, Water Princess 78 put, "The baby won't. They never do. They are just manipulating milk drinking moochers. Shake my head. Got no dang morals."
Oh, yeah. Wait, where is it?
Fuck them kids.
There it is.
Exactly. So our subreddit still kind of got that right.
They know what's going on.